Hello everyone, I'm LeystTV and today I'll be doing something a bit different that I haven't done in the past. Well, the reason why I haven't done it is because I've always thought it was kinda lame, but perhaps you guys will actually enjoy it. So basically what I'm gonna do in this video is that I'm gonna read the Shadowlands developer update that Ian posted on their website. So let's get into it. He starts by saying it's been 5 months since we first revealed a World of Warcraft Shadowlands expansion at BlizzCon 2019. The whole team has been hard at work transforming the visions we laid out last November into reality, and we can't wait to share our progress with all of you. Later this week we will send out our first round of invitations to a closed alpha test for Shadowlands. So basically he confirms that invites will go out this week, so make sure to check out your emails. And of course the alpha will be playable this week as well. And to be honest, I'm pretty excited and hopefully it's gonna be a successful expansion. He continues and says, this first batch of invitations will mainly go out to long-time WoW players with an active account and good standings. So you have to have an active WoW subscription and not be banned, which only makes sense. He also says that Blizzard friends and family, along with a limited number of content creators and journalists, will gain access as well. So hopefully I will get invited, but probably not. But either way, expect a lot of coverage from my side. He then goes on and says, this initial wave represents only a small fraction of the pool of testers that will ultimately gain access to the test in the coming months. If you're interested in helping make Shadowlands better, sign up using the beta opt-in link on the Shadowlands homepage. And I will of course leave a link to the opt-in in the description below, so make sure to sign up guys. He then says, later on as we engage in focused PvP and raid testing, we'll also do some targeted invite waves that prioritize players with extensive experience or expertise in those parts of the game. So basically what he's saying is that if you're a high-end PvP player or a high-end PvE player, you can probably expect an invite during the beta or maybe during the alpha. Well, whenever they are gonna test the raids or PvP. I mean, this kind of makes sense because they gotta test it. So hopefully this alpha and beta will be tested and not like Battle for Azeroth. Anyways, he then says, when the alpha servers go live, we will have a full level up experience in the Zone of Bastion available, along with its accompanying dungeon, the Necrotic Wake. So this is actually the zone that they showed off at BlizzCon, which looked pretty darn good. And I can't wait to see how the dungeon is. Hopefully it's gonna look as incredible as the zone. He then goes on and says, testers who are interested in checking out our revamped new player experience can play through the Alliance version of the new zone and tutorials. So guys, if you didn't know, new players who are completely new to the game will go through this new revamped player experience with a new zone to learn the basics of the game and even fight some cool bosses. And to be honest, it kinda sounds cool and it's something I want to try, so hopefully I get into the alpha because I want to show you guys how this whole new experience is. Anyways, he then says we'll aim to roll out new content on a regular basis throughout the test cycle. Later in April we hope to offer the zone of Revendred, is probably not how you pronounce it, as well as a look at Torghast, Tower of the Damned, our endless dungeon experience. So this is pretty much a new zone in Shadowlands, which kind of looks cool as well. I mean, it is what it is, it looks pretty, so hopefully it's gonna be awesome. And of course the Tower of the Damned, which is Visions 2.0. I mean, what I think they basically did with patch 8.3, they introduced the Visions to test out this whole new system. So hopefully it's gonna be a lot cooler than the Visions. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the Visions, so expanding on that feature is hopefully gonna be cool. Let's go on. So we will continue to unlock content such as zones, dungeons, and endgame questlines when they're ready for feedback, using template characters as needed to focus testing and feedback on specific parts of the game. So this is pretty good news as well, and it's great to see that they're actually going to use template characters to test some of these things. He then says, once everything has been released into the test environment, we'll officially move into a beta phase, wiping all characters and kicking off a large round of invites for an end-to-end test of the entire Shadowlands experience. So we can expect beta whenever everything has been on the alpha before they go into the beta phase with more people and more testing, which only makes sense. And it's important that they test all of these things because let's be honest guys, during the Battle for Azeroth alpha and beta, they didn't listen as much, so hopefully they listen this time around. Moving on, he says, while content will be rolled out over the course of the alpha, many of our underlying system changes will be apparent from the moment players first log in later this week, and there will be hints of other that are still in progress. And he then goes through a few examples, so let's look at them. Players of all 12 classes will immediately see changes in their spellbook, talents, and in some cases even their resources. First things first, they're giving us a lot of spells back, which is pretty good, and it's something we've been asking for years. But the thing that caught my eyes were the new resources, and as far as I know, we haven't actually heard about this before today, so it's actually pretty exciting. And let's be honest guys, I mean, mana as a resource is just bad. You never run out of mana except for healers, so hopefully they're gonna redo some of the resources so you actually have to manage them. Hopefully, but yeah, we'll see. But anyways, he continues and says that they will do a separate blog post, which is coming in a couple of days, discussing how they will apply the class design philosophies that they laid out at BlizzCon 2019 and giving key examples of the sort of changes to expect for each class and their specs. Unlike the last couple of expansion alphas where a conversation with the community often began with us saying, let us know which spells you missed most, this time around we're eager to hear whether we have gone too far with unpruning. And let's be honest, they can never go too far with unpruning. Maybe a bunch of folks actually really hated Eye of the Beast all along, who knows. So yeah, this is great news and something a lot of us have been asking for. So hopefully they do a good job at it. And with the help and feedback from within the community, I really hope it turns out good. This time it actually seems like they're willing to listen. So I hope for the best, I really do. The second example reads the following. We've been making improvements to our quest interface with an eye towards better distinguish major quests that are required to advance the narrative from optional side quests that tells more localized stories. So basically we'll be able to tell which quests we need to do, which ones are the main ones, and which quests are side quests, and this is a welcome feature, especially for new players. He then goes on and says, our work in progress 3D indicator of track quest objective locations will be available to use, which aims to reduce the need to bring up the map when navigating the world and help more clearly identify when an object is above or below you. So it's always frustrating when you're doing a quest and you don't know if it's down below you in a cave or if it's above you. So great news. I mean, this is something I really like. We're also rolling out a system that allows players to set personal waypoints on the map as well as share that pin in chat channels, so that you should no longer need an add-on to convey exactly where Rustfeather just spawned. So pretty much he's referring to TomTom, and yeah, you won't need an add-on to actually show the waypoints, and you can just click in the chat and it will add the waypoints. So great news. What do we have? Let me see. Oh, so the last example that he mentioned is actually a great one, and again something that a lot of us have been asking for years, and I think a lot of you will be happy with. So he says, also a note are some changes to PvP currencies. Notably, Conquest is once again a spendable currency earned through Shadowlands rated PvP. Yes, and yes. Players will be able to use Conquest points to purchase specific items of their choice from a vendor in the capital city of Oribos in an easy to find location, naturally, of course. Conquest can also be used to upgrade their gear further, similar to how Bandit gear worked with Mana Pearls in Rise of Ashara. We'll have lots more information to share in detail of this system, as well as our broader endgame itemization plans as the alpha rolls on and we reach max level content. So this change is actually gonna go down in the history books for being one of the best changes to the game. I mean, a lot of us have been asking for PvP currencies ever since they removed it way back, and clearly the system in BFA didn't work, so I'm happy and excited to see that they're actually listening to the community. I mean, I might even go back to PvP. He then goes on and says that community and fan sites will dig into the game files that are packaged with the client in the coming days, so we can probably expect Wowhead and MMO champions to start their data mining maybe later today or perhaps tomorrow, we'll see. And then he says that you should take everything with a grain of salt because this is the alpha and, well, it's not the finished game, so a lot can still change. So guys, a lot of great and exciting information. Personally, I'm really hyped for this expansion. I mean, sure, I was hyped for Battle for Azeroth as well, and that, well, we know how that ended, but this time around it actually feels like they're listening, at least with all of these changes. I mean, PvP currency and so on and so forth. But yeah guys, what do you want to see in Shadowlands? Let me know in the comments below. But anyways, thank you so much for watching guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because I will bring a lot of new content. But anyways, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.